shit. I forgot something. Yep, here we go. Boom, boom. Oh. Anyway, so folks, I forgot to hit that button. But anyway, it's Dre from Tattoo Squid Podcast here with Michael, Matt, and Tyler from the Silver Screen Savers Podcast, or the Triple S, I would call it, the Triple SP. I don't know if they want to use it, but see what happens. But say hello to all the fellow fans and fanatics out there.
Hello. Thank you for having us on, Squid. We're fans of the show, so this is great.
Yeah, and it's kind of like a little party. Yeah, not really a party, but when I do my game show, then it's gonna be a party.
Mm.
So, but yeah, I think I have you down on the list too. I think we call for that the game show thing.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah, we call it So, folks, if you haven't noticed or not noticed, I mean, if you haven't known, we call it when we be doing a season three uh, game show. You know, there might be a tux. I don't know, but maybe it's a little, squid tux. I don't know. We gotta figure out what's going on with that. But anyway, it's gonna be like a movie game, and it's a synopsis of movies of descriptions. So you describe, I read the description of both movies. You got to figure out the both movies and tie them together into one crazy phrase. Yeah. So, uh, let me give you a synopsis, I guess. All right, I use this all the time, but this is like the easiest one I can fucking remember. Uh, a guy and his dog drive around in a Winnebago searching for a princess and bringing the heir back to their planet while Christopher Walken is flying around looking for people for his tournament. So now you have to figure out the two synopsis of the movies.
Could you
And
repeat that for me?
okay, guy and his dog
Okay.
ride around in a Winnebago to save a princess to retrieve the heir to bring back to a planet, but Christopher Walken in another side of the galaxy is looking for people for his tournament.
I'm going to say Marley and the Extraterrestrial Princess Bride in the Dead Zone.
No,
Knowing that's
no,
incorrect.
no, you're way off. Let's say here's a hint. Opposite of Star Wars.
Star Trek.
Well, okay, now that I ain't the wrong. About,
I'm
how
sorry.
about a really turned down bad Mel Brooks. Let's just say Mel Brooks.
Oh, Spaceballs.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then the second movie. Anybody could anybody can
Baseballs
like
of Fury. I
Spaceballs of
got it.
Fury.
yeah,
Yeah, there you
baseball.
go.
So something like that. It goes like the last word of the first phrase to the beginning of the next one, or it could be a couple of layers that go with that whole thing. So it's a little complicated, but I mean not complicated, but it's easy if you know most of the movies, and then you get it like really quick, and there's points,
Right.
and there will be points if you know the year that the movie is made, or certain other things. And if you don't, if you had to use like say the hints, then we deduct a point. So it's a learning experience, but we get it down. Yeah. So, and then there's gonna be like about 20, now 30, I guess, participants. So
That's
now I get,
awesome.
so now I gotta like put the whole me and my girlfriend gonna make the brackets and see who's gonna go against who. So anyway, so let's talk about shows now. You guys have the Silver Screen Savers podcast, which what does it entail? Mostly if fans that doesn't really know, or
It's an all encompassing movie podcast. So, what we generally do is week to week, we often discuss a new release. But with that, we'll do a list. So, for instance, we've done like our favorite book to movie adaptations. We've done Star Focus. So, we just did a huge Tom Cruise pod, anything like that. And we're going to be doing retrospectives. If you're a movie fan, I would say check us out. And it's also a great place to hear about some stuff that you may not have otherwise heard about or seen.
oh, nice. Yeah, because what movies have you Though I guess you've seen the Top Gun movie. I guess
We have.
I haven't seen it yet because I'm waiting for it to be on TV as it is. Because I mean, I like going to movies, but I don't know, spending the money, and then you want to have the food, and the food adds on to it. So the next thing you know, you're like, oh, I'm going to pay like $30. Oh, I forgot about food. There's 60 right there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and, and and then somehow you get the stomach aches in the middle. You're like, oh my god, I had too much. Yeah, but how
Well,
can you have too much? I don't know. Just don't have any burritos, folks, like I did. So, uh,
can I say this about the burritos? Is that you were telling us before about the burritos, about your regular Taco Bell,
yeah,
and they didn't know what you wanted. You got to go there and say, "This is my regular order," and you're going to call it the squid, and you're going to put it on the menu. The only issue would be
yes.
people would now think that Taco Bell's serving calamari.
You never know. They might put it in there. To be like, let's try some seafood and just put it
Yeah,
in there. Especially when you get drunk and you have to go to Taco Bell, you're like, I don't know if I want this. It's like it's it's very fishy, and I just drank a whole bunch of liquor. You know, so it's like, wow, everybody just switched like places. They're like, listen, I'll sit over here. You know,
yeah. And Matt's just gone right now. I'm not,
yeah.
not sure where he
I
is.
I
I
think we
got
talked about Taco Bell,
disconnected.
and he had to go to the bathroom. So
Yeah.
he's like, son of a bitch, they just talking about Taco Bell, and I gotta do number two. Or number one. Doesn't matter which one it is, but
Yeah.
yeah, either which way it's gonna be messy. But yeah, any favorite movies between like the three of you, or individually? You have like favorite movies that you like. You get home and you're like, I'm gonna watch uh, Risky Business. Nah, like that kind of thing.
Oh, I
Huge
mean, I
fan.
love risky business, but Tyler, I know what yours is. What is it?
You do know what mine is. It's Fargo. 1996, Coen Brothers. That's my favorite movie of
Ah,
all time.
Fargo in Alaska, I believe. Yes, it's in Alaska. Well, it's snowing. It kind of reminds me of 30 Days a Night. You know,
Oh yeah,
the
that's
movie.
true.
Because they were in we call it in Alaska with the 30 Days a Night, vampires and all. But Fargo is way different than vampires in Alaska.
A little bit.
It. You know, they might throw some shit in there. Matt, what happened, man?
I'm so sorry about that. My Stop and Shop order came and I had to get it, and my dog is freaking out because of it.
It's like, Dad, some fuckers outside. Yeah.
Pretty much.
Oh, and there is cursing on this, folks. So don't worry about the whole shit. We can curse and whatever, and if not, YouTube will say you fucked up. So then I won't be on YouTube. Oh, but
Fair enough.
yeah, I'll just do Anchor, and they don't care. They just go on there and let it done. But all right, so we got Fargo, and what about So Matt, we were talking about like favorite movies that you would come home to and say, "Hey, let me go watch this."
Hmm. For me, The Departed is one of those that I can rewatch over and over.
Ah, there you go, an Irish fucking killing scene. With a whole bunch of star-studded casts.
Yeah. We're from Mass, so it's kind of like anytime a movie is set in Boston, where it always gets that little extra edge, at least in my book.
Nice. It's like, especially with Long Island, where I come from. Long Island. I think they talk about Long Island ducks. But then they showed, we call it, the Mighty Ducks, from Minnesota. Yeah. But it's all.
Matt,
They should make another one.
this shit, I agree. Matt, have you ever deciphered what Baldwin is saying in like his brief stint of just like rambling? What the fuck is that?
Sign language.
Oh yeah, I can't hear you now.
Oh, sorry. I had you on mute still because my dog was still barking. I had
Yeah.
myself on mute. Sorry about that. I'm not sure. I mean, it was probably about as decipherable as what I was just trying to say before I turned my mute off. So,
Because it's like the most pleasant "fuck yourself" that I've ever heard. He goes,
Right
fuck
on, Jim.
yourself. So it was
true.
It's such a sweet "fuck yourself."
And then he shot somebody. No, it's okay.
Yeah.
So that poor girl. No. No, wait. All right,
So
now
we're
I might
talking
sound
mess.
Yeah, we could. I'm like, I might be far off on this. I don't know if she's alive or dead. From Alec Baldwin shooting the prop gun.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, she passed away.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry for the families. I'm truly sorry. I don't like the. I just didn't. I don't read news. I just get the news from what my girlfriend said, and she's like, "Hey, Alec Baldwin shot somebody." I'm like, "When?" It's like with a prop gun. I'm like, it's like fucking Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
The Bruce Lee. Folks, if you don't know what that means, it means that Bruce Lee got shot on set with a prop gun that had some bullets in it, like real ones. Some could say that Brandon Lee kind of followed in the footsteps, but it wasn't shot. But he did like on doing the scene of The Crow. So, but that is going to be an interesting father and son duo in the episode arts. But have you ever seen well, obviously everybody has seen Bruce Lee and Brandon Lee, I guess, but that would be cool. And actually they have a daughter as well. Not they have a daughter, but there is a daughter involved. She did what the hell is that? It's a TV show. It's like in the early 90s or late 90s. It was all about martial arts, obviously. But it had some stars. It's like kind of how should I say this? Like kind of like a Power Rangers kind of feel, I guess.
Oh.
They're in like a tournament. They're walking around, they're talking to each other, but they are, in the tournament against each other. But they have like, oh, here's the guy that has the tidal wave move and earthquake kind of thing. One of the guys was in Mortal Kombat. Not the newer movie, but the more cinematic part.
Right.
So he was in that the long dreadlocks. Not dreadlocks, but the long kind of like dread. Very muscular guy. We could, he was playing. Fighting Sonya. We call it in on the beach.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody remembers the scene, I don't know if I got everybody's attention on that one.
Yeah.
It sounds vaguely familiar.
Are you referring to WMAC Masters?
Yes.
Yeah.
You looked it up, didn't you?
I did. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. But I was gonna do the same thing too. But I'll be just sitting here going, I don't know what's going on here. But anyway, yes, the WMC. W Masters. There we go with that. But that is a good show, actually. When you're younger and you're watching this whole stuff, and it's like, wow, this is pretty cool. And then all of a sudden you get older, you're like, the fuck was I watching? But Bruce Lee's daughter was a host, and I don't know where she's at now, but who knows? She's probably doing some kind of show that we don't really know, or a movie, for that matter.
It's tough because those kind of shows make you want to fight when you're a kid, or it gives you fantasies that like you are the world's ultimate fighter, and then you get bitch slapped once, and you're like, I don't ever want to be around violence ever again. Is this
an actual experience of yours?
I'm just saying. You go, I'm good with my juice box here. You guys can do whatever you want to do over there.
You're like watching the thing. You're like, I could do a lot of damage with this pen.
Yeah.
Where's that bully? You know, and all of a sudden after you go over there and it's like, you know, holy shit. I didn't know it was gonna fucking hurt. It didn't look like that on TV.
No.
It's like how you watch, you know, Gladiator, like the early Gladiator show and all that, where, you know, the muscle guys are like really like throwing those guys around, like, hey, stop doing that, you know. And they're ready to fight, but then, you know, they calm it down. They're like, listen, you're not gonna get your money. Oh, okay. All right, we'll behave. You know, fucking gladiators got their money already. It's in their bank account. They're spending on the hookers and the drugs. And Hulk Hogan came by and remade the whole motherfucking thing.
He sure did.
Yeah, but it was actually, all right. I'm gonna say the word entertaining. So, you know, it was entertaining to see, you know, them. They were still doing the moving around, you know, like obstacle course kind of thing, but it's more higher up and more intense. So, you know, it was I was like, wow, this is pretty fucking cool. But
Yeah.
then they only did like what 2 seasons, I guess, or something like that. But speaking of superheroish kind of people, what was your superhero kind of characters growing up?
For me, it was Spider-Man always. I don't know if you guys have ever seen me, but I look somewhat like Tobey Maguire. So there was an easy identification there. Also, I just think Spider-Man's 1 and 2 are the two best superhero movies there have ever been.
Wait, hold on, I'll be like the director. I'm like, okay, hold on. Yep, I see you being Tobey Maguire. Yes.
Yeah, not that I'm a dead ringer, but we're of a similar type.
I'm constantly out with you, and people are like, "Oh my god, it's Tobey Maguire."
Hey, Toby. I mean, hey, get over here.
I think more nowadays it's like, oh, it's Tobey Maguire.
Hey, that's kind of cool. It's Toby.
You know what though? I feel like you guys have similar mannerisms too.
Perhaps.
True.
I do like to randomly scream if you ever listen to our show.
But doesn't everybody? You know, we all just like start screaming for some reason.
Yeah.
We're like, it's fucking Friday. You know.
Yeah.
I used to have a megaphone, we call it, when I start doing my video stuff. You know, I'll just turn it on, go, you know, do the siren, and like, oh shit, did I wake you? Okay, cool. You know, and then they just like look around, and I'm like, and I had all the horror stuff in the background. But anybody else? What's their you know, favorite character?
That was Batman. I love Batman.
Batman. Now you're talking about like what was your favorite Batman actor? You know.
So I grew up with voice actor.
Anybody get that?
Not me.
I thought that was me.
Conroy as the animated series. What? What happened?
There was some laggage.
You went with Batman, and then you're gonna go with the actor, and it just went.
Oh, yeah. So you guys froze on my screen, so I thought it was okay. So
Oh,
I'll
you
repeat
didn't see us
myself.
going like this.
No, it was literally just frozen.
Actually, what's funny? I was doing a podcast with there's a guy, I forgot what the guy's podcast name was, but something Bus Russ or something. He always makes and he was talking about Doom. So all of a sudden it was like me and this guy from Trash Panda. You know, so we're like sitting there, and all of a sudden we're talking, and he's talking, and next thing you know, we call his thing fucking, you know, froze. So he was like this, like, you know, the whole time, and then we're like, oh, okay, I think he's still frozen. All right, we're gonna take over the show right now. You know, while he's trying to get unfrozen, you know, by Mr. Freeze. You know, and then all of a sudden he just shut off, and then everything went back. You know, and then came back on. He goes, I had a little technical difficulties. I'm like, yeah, we kind of noticed. You're like this, like, you know, stuck on a wall. But all right, so what was it? The character, the actor of Batman.
Oh, I was saying I grew up watching the Batman animated series. So
Oh,
Kevin
okay.
Conroy as the voice of Batman, always be my Batman.
Oh, so not like the Batman movie cinema.
They have so many actors that like you could put anyone in Batman and I'll watch it. So like I don't know if I have a just a regular live action Batman.
I think Michael Keaton would be the one, because now they got him going into the Marvel MCU, I guess. From what I heard, it could be some talk about it. So, Matt, what's yours?
Mine was gonna either be Spider-Man or Batman. It was kind of split between both in my childhood. Um, I did enjoy for at least when I was a kid, I enjoyed the live action Fantastic Fours from like the early 2000s. I didn't think those were too bad. They've not aged super well, but
Oh, the one with Jessica Alba.
yeah, in early Chris
I,
Evans and
I, I was finding that a little bit weird because if you follow, and I know you guys like read the comic books when you're younger, like we all did. Fantastic Four, Ghost Rider, X Men, X Factor, anything. You see how the movie comes about, and I'm like, okay, Sue Richards, she's a little older. I know they're trying to sell the movie, and they're like, hey, let's get Jessica Alba, no problem. Put in some like tight tights, it'll work, you know. And then you get Chris Evans, and he'll be the Human Torch, and Chickless, and he'll be the Thing, and that other guy that just is all rubber, yeah, which is a bad movie as well. But I'm not getting into that anyway. So yeah, but Fantastic Four, but what? Give me your take on how you have actors playing superheroes, like say Chris Evans, for instance. He played the Torch, right? So now he's playing Captain America. Now, if anybody that's into comics like I am and you guys, and do you care what they do? They're gonna play like a different character, or I think it's kind of confusing to the younger kids.
Hmm.
Like,
mm,
he was the Torch. Why is he Captain America? And then you got who else was like different well, I mean, you got Ryan Reynolds, but he was making fun of the shit. So he was Green
Yeah.
Lantern, but then he played Deadpool. He goes, "Don't give me the suit, and don't make it green." You know,
yeah,
So it's like, like holy shit. But he made fun of the whole thing. But there's certain characters, that transcend into a different thing. Like what's that guy's name? Nicolas Cage. Playing Ghost Rider.
Yeah,
I don't know.
well, it's funny because both the Evans and the Reynolds thing with Green Lantern and the first Fantastic Fours is that they're both somebody like going from a primary property, or at least a version of that property that just didn't really totally work, and
Yeah.
then moving to something really successful. I've told the story on our show of how Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer. I was a kid when that came out, and that was the first movie I ever remember just sitting there in the dark of the theater, and I went, I just want this to be done.
You could have just walked out.
I was,
like everybody
I
else
didn't
does.
have, I couldn't drive. I was a child.
Like, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
next door and watch Care Bears. Okay. Yeah. Actually, or we're like when we're younger, like, listen, I'm gonna be next door. Well, what's the movie? Debbie. Debbie, and she's in Dallas. Okay, I'm back. Yeah. So, that was my favorite movie actually. So anyway, but Debbie does a lot of Dallas scenes. So the Cowboys but anyhow, so but green mine is all right. Mine's like technically one of a group, not a group itself, but Colossus because
okay,
there's other people that are like, oh, I want to be like Wolverine, or I want to be like Superman, or I want to be like Batman or Spider Man, or
Yeah.
even Fantastic Four. But I like the thing where it's like not the thing, but I like the Colossus where he is human, can walk around. When it comes time for battle, there's the metal, just you know, and then you're all ready, and then you grow about like 7 feet tall, you know. And then the girlfriend would be like looking like, holy shit, you know. It's like, stay like that when we get home.
Yeah, is that a turn on or a turn off to be made completely of metal? I don't know.
Especially when Deadpool said, "Your poor wife," you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Cockshot. Yeah.
Oh
Now I
man,
want to
that
watch Deadpool now. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Yeah. But so anything what other thing like music wise? Do
Nah,
you
you're the music man.
it's funny. It's funny because we don't get to talk about music a whole lot on our show because obviously because we're a film
haha,
podcast. But
welcome. You know. So,
um,
but what kind of music goes through the minds of, the silver screen savers?
so for me, Matt, I'm a big alternative music guy. Usually, I'm an emo music guy, but I'm also into like metal and metalcore and genres like that.
Absolutely, yes. Or they
I
say,
uh
what's your
I unfortunately like genres where all of the musicians are either aging very rapidly or they're deceased by now. I love a lot of classic rock. I love Motown.
Oh,
Um,
okay, cool. So
I
you're like
love
an all-around kind of guy that you listen to everything almost.
Yeah, true. I just kind of happen to like the music that's older, but not in like oh, music today sucks kind of way. That's just kind of what I gravitate towards, which is unfortunate because when you want to go see a show, it's very difficult because a lot of these people don't tour anymore. But it
Yeah.
works out sometimes because sometimes you'll get like it'll be Def Leppard and Poison and Journey all in one tour. So it'll work out sometimes.
Yeah, especially the ones that said, "Oh, we're retiring," and then 4 years later, we're back on the road.
Yeah.
Motley Crue, Poison, Ozzy Osbourne. You know,
Kiss does that a lot too. I feel like.
yeah, Kiss.
Yeah.
They're like, should we do the makeup or should we do not? And I was like, I don't know, Gene, what do you want to do? Well, it's good marketing skills if we wear the makeup. You know. Oh, there's a funny story about Gene Simmons. For me, I never met the guy. I've watched his TV show, Family Jewels
Right.
on A&E. Not trying to promote anything, but I was living in Pennsylvania, and it all started where I'm watching a scene, not a scene, I'm watching an episode while drinking like a 24 case of beer, and just astonished that you can go and get ordained as a minister by just going online, and that's it.
Yeah.
But I thought they were like celebrities, so they're, somewhat like, oh, okay, I got the money, I'll buy all the shit and everything else, and I don't have to worry about anything, and I get it done. And so, like I said, there was an episode where the girlfriend said, kind of, wife and her sister go to like a spot, and then they every time they go somewhere, they run roughshod over everything. They're just like, turn on the water to the bath and it overflows downstairs, and somebody was going to get married and their dress is all fucking done. Anyway, so they buy the dress for them and they do this and do that, and the girl gets ordained as a minister. And I'm like, they're sitting on my couch, drunk off my ass, and I'm like, ordained as a minister? Huh, I wonder if I can do that. And I go right to the computer, it's 2 o'clock in the morning, case of beer right next to the computer stand, or hell, I had a keg on. I mean, not the keg. I had the. I wish it was a keg. I had a case on top of the computer stand, and I'm like, because I didn't want to bend down to get the damn thing. I just want to have it right here on eye level and go ha ha. But yes, of course, I was an alcoholic back then. But then, I go on there, go on the computer, check it out. Okay, cool. And I put my name in there, and I figured, oh, by the time I get down to the end to buy all the shit, that's all it needs to be. Well, the next thing you know, it's like, congratulations, you're ordained as a minister. I'm like, what the fuck? Really? And I'm like, okay, this could work out. It could be a good gig. But then I thought about it. And I'm like, I'm tattooed as it is, and I'm like, I don't know if they're gonna let ministers have tattoos. But then I thought about bikers. They do have ministers. Jesse James, minister. Uh, and then I went to a friend's house, and then they're like, "So what happened? How's everything going? You have fun last night drinking your beer?" I'm like, "Yeah, and I'm a minister." And they're like, "Wait a minute, whoa, back up, rewind, be kind, rewind." Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like you, a minister. Oh, great! The gates of hell are gonna open, and and I'm like, it'll be fun. You know, the devil will come around, and I'm sorry for people that are religious. I don't do any religious stuff, but this is just funny shit. The devil could come up and say, "Hey, got any beer?" And see what happens. But
that would be the day when the devil has to resort to coming up to Earth.
See,
I guess it would.
On a Tattoo Squid podcast.
I guess it would all be warm down there, so maybe he has to constantly refresh by coming up here.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, like, oh, hold on, let me go back down and grab a skull, and I just put it in there and start.
Yeah.
But
the Earth is the devil's cantina.
You're like, hold on, I'm going up to the Minister Dre's formal ceremony, and I'm gonna have some nice old lager, maybe a couple of shots of Jägermeister. Yeah.
I like it if the devil likes cosmopolitans or something like that.
Next on the scene of South Park. But that's another question. What is your favorite drinks? Like alcoholic drinks or whatever,
That's for you too.
You guys drink, we call it, while you're doing your podcast, or you're like, listen, it's going to get in the way.
I find some of our best episodes are recorded after I've had a few drinks, so at least for my lines. I'm a big craft beer guy. I'm actually drinking a local to Western Mass brewery right now. Shout out to 2 Weeks Notice Brewing Company. It's actually a collab they did with a pop punk band from Boston called A Loss for Words. It's a peach pale ale. It's pretty good.
I like the name of it, like 2 weeks. It's like, how, everybody does that with their job. Hey, I'm giving my 2 weeks. Here you go. Here, take a beer too while you're at it. Okay, cool. Yeah.
I believe that's the story. Like at the story, I guess the guy, the owner of the brewery, I don't believe I've met him, but the story I've heard is basically he put in his 2 weeks to notice at work to start this brewery.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing myself a squid kind of like liquor. I don't know. I was trying to. Everybody else is trying out. I don't know how to name it because they got Kraken, So.
Oh, it's Squid Ink.
Yeah, they got Squid Ink too, and
Oh.
So I was like, I don't know, maybe. Black moonshine. I don't know. So I'm still working on it. Hey, I got we call it shower curtains, so I'm good. For go to my store and you'll get shower curtains, bath mats, towels, everything for your house needs, and your accessories and accessorize and shirts and all that stuff, stickers and mugs. Oh my. There goes a promotion for everybody else. Like, hey, what does he sell? Bath mats, shower curtains. Which I have been told by my girlfriend that when we go and get our house, there's it has a shower curtain of a cheetah, and she goes, okay, we're going to change that, and we are going to change it to, and all of a sudden I'm like, yes, the Tattoo Squid shower curtains.
Oh, that's cool.
All right, I've been wanting to do that. She was like telling me like, no, we're gonna have it in your podcast room. It'll hang up over there. Now it's gonna come to fruition, and I'll sit there. I'm like, I'm in my bathroom. You won't be seeing this stuff behind me or that. You'll be seeing the actual thing.
That's awesome.
And which I think it's like $51. I don't know, give or take. but it'll be great for your bathroom. And then your wife looks at it and goes, "What the fuck is that?" You know, wife, girlfriend, whatever. Mistress. Because there'll be times where now I got one that has like my own face as a character. And just stand like that with a voodoo hat on like that, and just standing there like this, staring at you while you're taking a shower.
Can I pose a hypothetical? If you have a wife and a mistress, or a husband and a mistress, and you come home one day and you think they don't know about each other, but you catch the two of them in the act, is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, it depends on who you ask. Because if you go and say the mistress and said wife, let's say,
Yeah.
they're going at it or something like that. It's like, so we're good. And then your wife turns around. No, you cheated on with her. What? They'll turn that shit around on you. You're like, no, you. Listen, I'm making sure this is okay, and then she has to leave. Yeah, you are going to sleep on the couch. Next to Marmaduke, right over there. So that would be my thing, because I'd be like, oh shit, okay, I don't know, that wouldn't work for me anyway. So I'm a one woman guy. I'm like one of those guys that's a dime a dozen, or a dime bag, or whatever. So, but what goes on with Silver Screen Savers? Any new projects? Any new things that's coming out that want to plug?
I mean, right now we're still pretty new, so we're trying to really keep up with our current schedule and
Hmm.
release at least once a week, if not twice.
Yeah. Well,
And I
how
mean,
how
this,
how new is new? Like what, like you started like basically everybody else been saying it. They started like last year or 2019 or
so
2 months ago.
so yeah, so we started in November of 2021.
Oh, okay, last
So
year.
just over 6 months. So last year, yeah. Um, it's been a fun ride so far, but we're really just trying to work on consistency. We're slowly getting into the TikTok game. We're slowly gonna start getting into some video content.
Yeah.
We have some concepts boiling, but nothing set in stone yet.
Yeah, I guess the biggest thing would be if we want to hear from the people. Like if there's stuff that's coming out that you want to hear us talk about, if there's old stuff you want to hear us talking about, any sort of thing like that, any content you're hoping for, that would be awesome.
What you mean, like movie wise, or just like TV series,
Yeah,
or
movies, or even we could even start doing some Q&As or stuff like that, anything like that. That'd be fun.
I say you should start with like Clue.
Oh, like the movie Clue?
Yeah.
Should we
Uh,
talk
Oh,
about
that's
every one of the endings?
and if it was like this.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
guys want to hear something sad?
What,
I
that
used
1 + 1 +
I
1
do.
= 2, and no.
I used to play the game Clue by myself in my bedroom, and I would just make up like different endings with all the characters.
What were the endings? Just straight up, this character murdered this
Yeah, I
character.
want to hear this ending. Yeah, I want
It
to.
would be there would be like chases. So if it was like Professor Plum, I'd be like, oh shit, he's getting away in the observatory. And I think eventually they would catch him. I don't know.
They can't get out of the house as it is.
Yeah.
They got the tunnels. Watch out for the Asian cook. Yeah, they were just like, or I was partial to the maid, so it's like I was just here. And I didn't do nothing wrong. You I tried to do my kind of accent of whatever she was doing. But it was a good star-studded cast. I mean, especially with the star of it, the
Yeah.
mini series. But that was like my favorite. They got the movie It 1 and 2. I'm like, okay, you want to make it bloodier? That's fine. I like my the miniseries. That's scary enough as it is. You know, people don't even like clowns as it is.
Yeah.
Which
Mhm.
I have a gripe about clowns like wait, 1, 2, 3, like maybe 5 years ago, I think. It was like I don't know if this happened like all over the country, but there was a time where people were dressing up like clowns way before Halloween came around,
Mhm.
and then
Mm.
they'll stand by the side of the road and start going,
Yeah.
"Hi," you know,
Yeah.
or go by the schoolyard and like, hi,
Yeah.
and then look and just pull out like a knife or some shit or whatever. I'm like, those motherfuckers made it worse for me because I wanted to dress up like a fucking clown and I couldn't do it because I might get shot on sight, you know. Because then I went to my girlfriend's house. We called when I was going out. Where she was like dressed like a witch, and she goes, "I thought you could be a clown." I'm like, I was gonna get shot, you know, because assholes over
Yeah.
here want to go and stand by,
Yeah.
being the child pornography kind of people they are, standing there going, "Come on, kids, I got candy, come on, and they make it so bad for everybody else to have fun. Sons
Yeah.
of bitches. Anyway, you
There's
know,
I remember. So, oh, sorry.
I think you're gonna tell the same story there. So
yeah.
go ahead.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I remember I was in college when that happened. And like there was like a thing that there was a clown spotted on campus. There was like a campus-wide search, people everywhere. Cops were like rounding up weapons from people and stuff. That was a nutty fucking time.
Was it like the Halloween Kills ending?
Oh,
Basically, yeah, that's exactly what it was.
they're
Like the
circling
cops
around
were
him,
like,
and
"Give
he's
me the bat."
that guy, that's gonna hit him, and fucking hit him again. And then Michael Myers is like, I got yours. Now it's my turn.
Yeah. He feeds on fear or whatever their explanation was.
He feeds
So-
on evil.
So now we're on the subject of Halloween. You know, what do you think of the last? The Halloween ends. Do you really think it's gonna end?
Hmm. No, that's the thing about slashers is there's such a depreciation of the characters because you know that one or two people is going to survive in the end, and then at the very end, their hand is going to reach up out of the grave or whatever. I'm going to guess no, but like there's a depreciation there.
Yeah. But we
Yeah.
thought. Anybody else have any theories about it or?
I I feel they're gonna be like, "Oh, he's dead," and then either post credits or the end, he's just gonna his eyes gonna open.
Yeah, it's gonna be like one of those like Marvel. You know how Marvel has like you watch the movie and then the credits go, and then all of a sudden at the end, because everybody else is gonna be fucking leaving the theater. Like, well, there's nothing here. And then he's still alive. Wait, there's gonna be another one. There goes another fucking $5 million or $2 million or 2 billion or whatever how much they're gonna charge now. Yeah.
Uh, with some theaters, they've been talking about dynamic pricing now too, where like depending on how big the movie is, they're gonna charge theaters are gonna start charging more versus like smaller movies.
Hmm.
I'm not a fan of that at all.
I like I don't like the small theaters, because it's more enclosed, it's more personal. You can just sit there and, instead of like every Tom, Dick, and Harry just fucking walking in there and like they're all like yelling and screaming, like, would you shut the fuck up?
Yeah.
Movie here.
Every Pee Wee Herman who comes in there trying to have a good time and
What the fuck, Pee Wee?
Why is your hand sticky? It's the
Yeah.
buttered popcorn. It's the buttered popcorn. I swear. Oh, Pee Wee. Yeah.
We're still wondering who that one person was that was in the dark theater and looked over and saw that and it was like, is that Pee Wee Herman?
Hey guys, Pee Wee Herman's
Yeah.
jacking off in here.
It would be even worse if the TV was right next to him with the the guy with the genie outfit on.
oh yeah.
Yeah. Come here, Pee Wee. I'll make sure it's good. Yeah.
Maybe it was an inside job. Maybe Large Marge told on him.
Oh shit, he said inside job, and I just, the guy's in the TV. Oh boy.
Mm.
It's an inside. He's doing an inside job. That's what they used to call it.
Yeah.
Now they call it blowjobs. Anyways, but Pee Wee is, and is it really like Pee Wee? If he's like jerking off, is he Pee Wee? We don't know. The people in that
Do you mean-
video thing would.
So, do you mean, are you questioning if he was in character?
With his red bike with the fucking line on the front.
I was just looking for my bike. I stumbled in here.
I sold my bike for tickets.
Yeah, that's the epilogue to his big adventure.
That was the. I think he's. What was the phrase that they say? Is like he's compensating for something. He's got this big bike, and oh Pee Wee. I was like, imagine Elvira just walking in there because they're like friends, like off screen.
Yeah.
But they're in character. They just like they'll stand there and it's like, hey, Pee Wee, it's like, okay, yeah. I'm not gonna get on the word that's been, But another thing, what do you think about Elvira coming out?
Our tour, love Elvira. Whatever makes her, love her.
And what about these assholes that said we call like 15,000 male have unfollowed her because she came out? I'm like, you're still gonna look at the pictures that she done, you know?
Yeah.
And
First of all, like, goodbye. She doesn't need you. She's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like
I
Diamond
just like the idea that these people are following her because like maybe she'll go out with me.
Yeah,
Right.
it's like, oh, gee. No, that's like the other thing when they go and meet her. They go to like the spectacular whatever area. It's like, I seen it in her eyes. She really loves me. Well, how can you tell? It's like she dot the I's, like with a heart. Only for me. And then they become serial killers. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
What made you do this? Elvira made me a star.
Yeah.
And we've seen it in real life. You're right.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah, it's like it's like they made me do it. I'm like, wait, what were you talking about? I didn't do nothing.
Was it Hinckley that shot Reagan for Jodie Foster? Isn't that the story?
Yeah.
The reason I bring that up is because he is also a recording musician, apparently. Fun fact.
Are we talking about Reagan and the monkey, or no?
No, John Hinckley, who shot Reagan.
Oh, okay. I was questioning that whole monkey thing with around Reagan. Michael Jackson was around. He did the backward future thing, and he did the Back to the Future. It's like, hey, here's my monkey. Uh-huh. And then go right back. That was a bad imitation of Michael Jackson, folks. I don't know. Again, there's another person that likes theaters too much in his own house, no less, with a zoo and children. How can you have your kids hanging out at Michael Jackson's ranch and then know about these becomings? Yeah.
Mm.
And then it's like, well, he's Michael Jackson. Okay. So I'm not even going to go with the president thing because I don't even talk about like politics or religion or anything like that. But hence we talked about the ministers and but what else is there? I forgot there was something else I had. So TV series. Do you do like TV series like say Netflix or anything like that, or you just go for straight like gold like Silver Star fucking movies?
So we're usually movies, but a couple of things. One, we're trying to develop some sort of series weekly thing where we'll talk about a show, do it episode by episode, week by week. We have yet to pick a show. That would be another thing that would, if the people told us what they wanted, that would be cool. But also at the beginning of each of our episodes, we have a weekly watch list, which is just where we share whatever we watched that week and give recommends and stuff. And I'd say that's where we talk about a lot of TV.
Oh, okay. Because I got like some suggestions. There's The Boys, which I'm going to start watching it today, but I've seen the first season, second season, and I'm going to watch the third one. But there is one show on Netflix called Warrior Nun. I don't know if you know what that is.
No.
But it's basically, there's a girl, and she was set into a, where the nuns go. I forgot what they call it as it is, but she has powers, and they have like some kind of thing they put like a certain apparatus on her, but she has all these like powers and everything else. She can run fast. She could, she's strength and everything else, but battery. I don't know. It's like one season already. Now they're doing a second season, but it's really fun. It's really cool, and it's set like in, I believe, Italy. I'm not sure, but it's really cool aspect, and a lot of violence, a lot of not gore, but more like action packed. But it has your typical, like, hey, let's talk about our feelings, like that kind of thing or some shit. And then there's another one called Lock and Key.
I watched the first episode or two of that like a long time ago.
Yeah.
And I never picked it up again. Not because it was bad. It's just one of those things that fell off.
Yeah, because no, they had like they're on their third season. I think they did a second season after that mishap where I call it the shutting down process. I don't call it COVID. I call it shutting down process because that's what happened. Everything fucking just shut down. So, but they came up and they did the whole thing, and it's really a. So, folks, the synopsis of that show is a family that lost their father due to a shotgun. I mean, not shotgun, due to a gun, and was killed. They went to his house, where it was a family house, and it's called a lock house. And this kid, younger son, we call it, goes around and he finds these keys. That keys are just like activates anything. So there's a key that goes into the back of your neck that unlocks your brain. And wake up, Tyler. Oh, he's frozen.
Is he frozen? Or
I
is he
think
just
he's frozen.
Sitting really still.
Yeah.
It's tough because you can never tell if somebody's screen is frozen or if they just broke mentally and they're just holding a position.
He just actually looks like
No,
he's
frozen.
look. He just woke up. Tyler, were you sleeping?
I was asleep. No, my network connection is horrible right now. Sorry. I apologize.
Man, it looked like you were asleep. I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, wake the fuck up.
It was just I froze mid blink.
So anyway, back to the lock and key. So there's a key for every fucking thing. You can open a door, and the door goes to every whatever you think of. You're gonna be there. There's a door that you open it up, and you're a ghost. You can fly around. So there's a lot of mysterious kind of things, and there's actually a key that you could change your appearance, where you put it underneath your chin, turn the key, and you could turn into the last person you've seen. So if you've seen Pamela Anderson, then you're Pamela Anderson. Yeah.
Is that what Lily James did to be in Pam and Tommy? That must have been it.
Probably. Yeah. It's like, oh wait, they got something going on right here. I'm just gonna go here. Yeah. But that's crazy. Then they made we call it Tommy and Pam, or Tommy and Pam fucking movie. That guy, man, he looked like just like Tommy Lee, and I'm like, I wonder if everything else is. I don't know. Maybe he was in that room with Pee Wee Herman. I'm like, hey, Pee Wee, pass the Kleenex. Okay,
It's funny.
This is a good movie.
So for me personally, when I think about watching TV series, I'm always like, oh, it's a lot of time in commitment to watch a TV series, unless it's like something I'm really interested in, like The Boys or Obi-Wan. But then again, I think about it, and I'm rewatching this series on Netflix called "I Think You Should Leave" with Tim Robinson about once a week. It's a sketch comedy series. It's very bizarre, weird humor, but it's absolutely hilarious. And I'm not. I know all three of us on the pod are super big fans of it.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna check it out myself too. You ever tried? There's a series called Kids in the Hall.
oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
they got the
Classic.
new series coming out. Oh my god, that is just like the very first episode. It just knocks you on your feet. Yeah, talk about naked people. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Sorry for the spoiler, people, but watch the thing. You'll see what I'm talking about. Yeah, and they come up with some crazy shit. It's like, oh hey, we got a fax machine. It's the last one in existence. Let's send a whole bunch of stuff out and see how it goes. And they're like, okay, it's going good. The one lady's behind them like, your faxing is interrupting my thought patterns. I'm like, wait, what? I don't know.
Yeah, I caught a couple episodes of the reboot series so far.
Yeah,
It's pretty good.
it's pretty cool. I was like, all right, I could watch this more and more.
Yeah.
Oh, there's another series, a Mike Myers, Netflix series. I can't remember the fucking.
The Pentaveret.
Yeah, the Pat. Oh, yes, that is. It's like 6 episodes, but it's well worth it to watch. So
Yeah.
maybe
I watched the whole thing.
Yeah, he plays every fucking guy.
Yes, he does. It was interesting. I put it on as I was kind of working on some stuff one night, and at the end of it, I was like, I was entertained by a lot of it, but
Yeah.
some of it, I don't know if my time was well spent still. I'm not sure. I liked it. I don't know if I liked it that much.
I sat there. I'm like, on my laptop, and I'm, like you're saying, doing some stuff, and then there it is, and I'm like, all right, because my girlfriend was telling me about it, and she goes, "This is something you'll probably watch." I'm like, all right, and I got looking at it, and I just sat there and I watched like the whole 6 episodes, like all in one night, just continuous, and I was like, yeah, all right, now I gotta wait for the next season. The fuck, yeah. Any of you's Stranger Things fans?
I am not.
Okay, next question. So, because I see every people going, no, not really.
Well, I saw the first 3. I'm just not caught up on the new season yet.
Yeah. Well, you're gonna be like waiting because there's gonna be a second part. So, if you watch the 3rd one and not for the 4th one, and they're gonna do a like continuation in next month actually. So. But hold on, let me write that down. Not Stranger Things. The Taverns. PA. Well, whatever. So once I start spelling it out on Google, it'll spell itself out, like it always does. Like a
It's always reliable.
Yeah, it's always good. Especially when they had that line, you're like, oh shit, click it, and it's like, oh, there we go. There's the right spelling.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of you trying to look it up, like, how do we spell this? I don't know. But, all right, folks. So we get into that part where we are going to have the guests tell where you can find them at, and all, pretty much we know how the podcast does and entails when you listen, where they can find you.
Tyler, what do you got?
He's got frozenness.
Oh, he's frozen.
Personal one.
He's reading Braille. So.
He's practicing his lines for his
keep
part in
freezing.
Nope.
I'm sorry. Am I back?
Yeah, I hear you.
You're
I hear
here.
ya.
Am I back now?
Yeah.
Man, he did that without moving his lips. He's a ventriloquist.
Every time time I speak, it just says connection unstable. All right. So,
Tyler's unstable, folks. Is this true, guys? Is he unstable?
We don't usually talk about it, but
can you hear me
Yeah.
still?
We'll do it in the next episode.
Just move on without me.
all right. Well, our pod socials. We have an email which is silverscreensaverspod@gmail.com. Our Twitter and Instagram are @screensaverspod, and our Facebook is Silver Screensavers Podcast.
Very good, very good. And you can follow me at Linktree, linktr.ee/Tattoo Squid Podcast. That's TA2SQUID, all one word. And you got a whole bunch of slew links that you get on there. Plus, what was the one I just recently put on there? Snapchat. So, yes, folks, I did. I love Snapchat. It has the filters and everything else. And
Yeah.
you can do some crazy fucking shit. And you can do the same thing with TikTok too. But yeah, where I'm on that too. I'm on TikTok, Snapchat, YouTube, Twitch. I still have to figure that fucker out. And what did I say? YouTube, Instagram, and you go to Anchor too. So there's a whole bunch of stuff. Good Pods. And then you go to the store and just buy a lot of shit because I got to put money for a house. Come on, folks, help me out here.
Yeah.
Hook a brother up, they say.
Yeah.
Yeah, that housing market isn't getting any better either.
Ugh.
No, especially when I'm doing I'm doing me and my girlfriend are getting a they call it a manufactured home, but it's a trailer as it is, but not much of a trailer. It looks like a regular home. So it's very, I'm not gonna say inexpensive, but it's a lot less expensive than getting a real big house. So if you really just want to have a house that says that it's your house, then you go and do the manufactured home. That's where we're in the midst of doing. We put money down. We're just waiting to be approved for the park area, and they're very picky. Certain areas are very picky about who they want. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, but you got the biker gang over there. And and just because I got a mohawk doesn't mean I'm a mean guy.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm a cuddly teddy bear. So
You're a cuddly squid.
the cuddly squid, well, yeah, that too. But sometimes the squid can be like a teddy bear. Sometimes like,
It's got extra arms to hug with, so
yeah, the suction cups are like, especially when they're like, okay, can you let me go now? Okay, but
just don't get. There's a scene in the first few episodes of The Boys. Speaking of, well, technically it's an octopus, not a squid, but it could be a bit triggering to a squid. So just giving you that trigger warning there.
Don't worry.
Very effective scene, but
especially when you see like the first season of like the first episode of the first season, and this is I'm gonna reenact something we called that. Me and my girlfriend were just sitting there like, it's like, all right, it's on. It's like, yeah, so excited, and all of a sudden the first like 10 minutes, it's like, oh, that's so cute. He's walking with his girlfriend, and blood. And they're like, the fuck happened? And then they showed the remake, the recap, like that, and then the speedster went right through him. We're like, oh shit! Wow! And that was my expression. My girlfriend was like, what the fuck? What did we get ourselves into? Yeah. And especially the guy that looks like Aquaman is having sex with different fucking animals. Anyway, so.
No, I didn't know that was happening. Guys, you're trying to get me to watch this show.
Absolutely watch the show, Mike.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, even I'm joining in on this, Mike. Michael. Yeah, that we call it. You gotta see this. This is like some crazy shit. So
I'll just watch The Animal, the Rob Schneider movie. It's the same thing. If I need man on animal action.
Okay.
There's a lot of blood and gore kind of thing. I don't know if you're a blood and gore kind of guy.
No, I'll take. Do you mind if I ask you a question? Speaking of blood and gore,
Yes, I like it. What?
so I'm wondering, you're a horror movie fan, right?
Yes.
What horror movie do you think that you would be most likely to survive?
Now we're talking about like every horror or one specific.
Pick any that you want.
Uh, Chucky.
What's your strategy?
Fucking kick the fucker. That's about it. It's a fucking doll. What do you want? You know, it's like, oh my god, you got a hold of me. You know, and just kick him, and then throw him, and then light him on fire.
With someone like Chucky, I feel like his biggest advantage is the element of surprise and people not expecting that this doll is going to come to life and attack, and by the time they
But
react,
Chucky's
it's too late.
disadvantage is height.
Exactly.
You know, he's like, you know, he can hide places. Yeah, you know, I was always like, you remember Friday 13th? Not Friday. Well, yeah, Jason versus Freddy.
Yeah.
Now, I was always asking. I haven't really asked it, but I haven't got a chance to. What genre of horror icons would you want to see go against each other? Now, you have your Jason versus Freddy. That's one. Anything else that comes to mind?
I want to see the alien from Alien taking on like Leatherface.
Nice.
Oh yeah, that would be interesting.
Yeah, especially with the chainsaw and all that. Yeah, I can see that happening. You know, we're gonna put that down on the thingy. And
To cite a couple more recent movies, I want to see Black Phillip the Goat from The Witch take on the old couple from X. Just to throw.
he threw a wham-boozy on that motherfucker right there.
I think I would want to see Pamela Voorhees come back from her grave and take on anybody.
Oh, pretty much, you know, Pamela Voorhees versus the world.
Yeah, that would be great.
I want like a multiversal, like have all the Mike Myers come back to face each other. Everyone who's played Mike Myers.
Yeah, 80-year-old Mike Myers, he's so old now.
Well, no, I would like to see like Mike Myers versus Jason, because they have like somewhat the thing. They don't grab any kind of fucking killing utensil, at, you know, their disposal as it is. I like to see that, but then the funniest one I like to see is a Leprechaun versus fucking Chucky.
That'd be interesting.
That would
be interesting.
That'd be interesting and like very fucking weird. You know, they're like, listen, we're not gonna get no good guys, and we're gonna hate fucking St. Patrick's Day. You know.
I think maybe I would like to see Jaws versus the T-Rex from Jurassic Park, because neither of them could get near one another. So it'd be interesting to see who would win.
Nice, I like that. That was good. You know what? I haven't done the Jaws one, so there you go. And the T-Rex.
When Tyler was talking about Mike Myers, I was still stuck on the Pentaveret, so I thought he meant the comedian Mike Myers.
Yeah, it's just Mike Myers versus other Mike Myers.
like Mike Myers is Shrek, like have Shrek come to life and have Shrek fight like Austin Powers or something. I don't know.
No, we call it fat bastard. You gotta have him.
Oh yeah,
yeah. You have a fat bastard. He goes, get in my belly. Yeah, or the gold guy, the gold member. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I like me gold. Yeah. Oh no, him versus the fucking leprechaun.
Gold member versus leprechaun. Oh,
that could work.
Yeah,
I feel like
gold.
Leprechaun would want to possess gold member.
Yeah, he'd be like, haha, no, you're not getting out. No. Folks, we're just going a little nuts on this, but it is very entertaining nonetheless, because so there's a lot of good movies that can be made of. Hollywood, if you're listening, because we know you have no original thought in your fucking head, because you like to do fucking remakes and reboots and rebuttals and everything. Anything that has a rewatch, you know.
What would your reboot? What do you want a reboot done of that hasn't been done?
Me, I don't want no fucking reboot. I want original fucking movies. That's what I want, you know. I'm like, look, the movies that we've seen, like Hellraiser. There's Hellraiser versus Aliens. That's what I'm thinking of too. So,
Yeah.
but you got Hellraiser, Aliens, Friday the 13th, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, all the horror movies right there. Those are original. Those are original. No matter how many you're gonna fucking make, they're original. You know, it is an original, like the miniseries and all that. They had to do the remake. Yeah, I don't like fucking remakes. There's like one remake that I do like and I don't mind it, and it was Cowboy Bebop. And I don't know if you're
Oh.
an anime fans, but they really done the show the way the cartoon would be in anime. So, and I looked at and that was like my pet peeve. I look at something and I try to see what is wrong with it. Like, oh, they made this guy look, like, oh, he's not Asian. He's supposed to be white, or he's supposed to be this, or he's supposed to be that, and they screw it up all the time. And yeah, so but then I looked at it, and my girlfriend's like, "So what'd you think?" I'm like, "I fucking like it," and then they had to cancel it. I'm like, "You motherfuckers!" one TV show I like, and you had to cancel it. Fucking Hollywood.
Mm.
Yes, I'm not gonna get sponsored by Hollywood at all.
Just Hollywood in general.
Yeah, Hollywood in general. That was it. Maybe they could put me on Who Framed Roger Rabbit 2. You
Yeah.
know, the lure of Jessica Rabbit. Yeah.
Hint, it was Squid.
Squid. Oh, there you go. Squid and Jessica Rabbit. There we go. You know, there's some black ink. No, anyway. Imagine. I swear to God, I was actually watching Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and then I'm looking at Jessica Rabbit, and I'm like, was the guy watching porn and then said, I'm going to make a cartoon of her?
Yeah, I guess is she Jessica, very cartoonishly looking attractive female.
Actually, who'd be a good pairing? You have Jessica Rabbit versus the girl from Cool World.
Everyone's favorite Cool World.
But I forgot who the what was the actress's name? Shit. Well, anyway, the one that played the hot looking blonde cartoon. We call it Jessica Rabbit.
Oh, Kim Basinger.
Yeah. So, do it like that. But folks, we are getting to the end, and we said our where you can find everybody, and hell, you can find Pee Wee Herman at a theater somewhere near you, and
Hopefully not.
hopefully not in a back alley lot somewhere. Like, hey, I'm going to the movie theater called Stickers. Yeah. And folks, if you have stickers, you can go and swap stickers. And that's not the way I wanted to go. But anyway, so thank you for being on the podcast. I hope you had fun. I hope you had a great time. I had an awesome time. And everybody, it's Friday. Drink, be merry. Just don't drive.
Mm-hmm.
What else is there? There's that Juneteenth. I don't know if anybody is this like a real holiday?
It is, yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
They were saying, "Oh, we got off." I'm like, I'm like Juneteenth. I have no idea. I'm not trying to be indecisive or trying to be offensive about it. I just don't know the holiday, So I gotta look it up, I guess.
So, well, I don't want to be the one. I don't have the most complete understanding, but generally, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, it is the day of celebration of the last American slaves being freed.
Okay. All right. So yeah,
And that's on
good.
Sunday, but it's going to be observed on the Monday.
Yeah. So, but I work nights, so I'm gonna have to work on that Monday. So, oh well. Hey.
Also, Father's Day coming up
On Sunday, actually.
on Sunday. Yeah.
Yeah. So, folks, get your. This is going to be out way after Father's Day, but to the people in the past, hopefully you got something nice for your father. don't give him a tie. Don't give him hula girl that you put on the dashboard. That whatever. Unless they like that. Pee Wee Herman would want a porno star hanging from the. I'm getting too much into it. Anyway, so he's. Let's all go to stickers and and everybody on this dais is looking at me like, oh, what the fuck is wrong with this kid? I don't know. It's the feeling of being very hot outside soon. So, and then we're all going to be having air conditions, and our money's going to go out of our pockets into investors. Oh well. Anyway, so folks, I'm going to go and talk to the guys a little bit, and you guys, everybody else, have a great weekend, and happy Father's Day. If I haven't really said that to anybody, but so everybody say goodbye.
Bye. Bye,
Thank you
everybody.
for having us.
Or we
Thank
could be
you.
what is that Chuck Woolery going, but no, we're not doing that. Oh, what the hell? Damn you, Pee Wee. No, I was just kidding. So.